I knew pretty early on that I wanted to be in journalism. I think in part because my parents were always just voracious consumers of news, so it just seems like that was part of my DNA. I kind of laugh. I tell people my first job in journalism was actually delivering the newspaper because my brothers and I delivered the Charlotte News for years. Well, I didn't actually plan to go to UNC Charlotte. I actually started off at UNC Chapel Hill, and it just wasn't really a great fit for me. And I decided to try UNC Charlotte for a semester, maybe for a couple of years, and then probably I figured I'd transfer someplace else. But that didn't happen. I got to UNC Charlotte, and it just became home for me pretty quickly. And then I also discovered WFAE, and that's what really started my career in public broadcasting, was volunteering at the station and then becoming a student assistant while I was still, taking classes and working towards graduation.
I just remember so many times when Kathy and I would get each other into fits of giggles just before we would go on the air. We sort of specialised in doing that to each other. So we used to get into trouble for it because we sometimes took it a bit too far. But whenever I think back to those times, it just brings a big smile to my face and I can remember the laughter.
My current job is challenging. It's always fascinating. I get to work with public radio and television stations all across the country. My job is to help support stations in finding that path forward to make sure that the stations are sustainable, vital businesses that are really serving all the people in their communities.
I would consider Kathy a true servant leader, supporting her team all the way, providing them with a great deal of autonomy, giving them credit where credit is due, leaning into their strengths to let them shine and be great, and always doing so with a great deal of integrity.
I always like to tell people who ask me for advice about careers, is just to never stop learning. And I think maybe in part that started with my education at UNC Charlotte. If I hadn't taken a walk down to the basement of the old Cone Center and found this radio station, WFAE, I don't know if I'd be sitting here today.
People like Kathy are the best ambassadors that an academic institution can have. She serves as a great example to younger women coming up in media. She's conducted herself with the highest standards of professionalism. She's a good person, a lovely person, and I think she is someone that UNC Charlotte should be proud to honour and to call their own.
Kathy's accomplished a lot in her career over the years, and she does it without ego, and I think she is the epitome of distinguished, and she's certainly worthy of this recognition.
It was a surprise, but it does mean a lot to get this kind of recognition from UNC Charlotte. It's become more and more of an important institution in the Charlotte community, in the region, in the state of North Carolina, and I'm extremely proud of that. And to be recognized as a distinguished alumna is something I never would have expected, but deeply appreciate.